If we take a look at our everyday's life, one thing we'll find so true is that whatever we do to accumulate the outer wealth, it causes a lot of pain. I mean, every day we are engaged into activities from morning till evening, accumulating our worldly wealth. And as we do that, each and every activity causes a lot of pain. Think about it, that when we are earning wealth, while we are earning it, we are worried about protecting it. I hope I don't lose it. I hope it is not stolen by someone. I hope if I put it into an investment that it doesn't go down. So constantly worrying about it. And when we lose it, then also it gives a pain. So think about it, worldly wealth, when we have it, it gives us worry. When we lose it, it gives us pain. So how can we stay happy? We are constantly worrying about losing it, protecting it. And this pain brings breakdowns into our life in different forms. Breakdown in relationships, health, mental balance, which then causes anger, frustration, or stress, some sort of physical or mental disease, greed, hatred, jealousy, negativity. All of these things, or few of these things, start to enter in us. And yoga is all about converting this breakdown into breakthrough. That's all it is. That how do we transform our stress into a balanced state of mind? How do we convert arrogance, anger, worry into peace, positivity? How do we transform pain, negativity, sadness into joyful moments, positive state of mind, balanced state of mind? The process to transform the breakdown into breakthrough is yoga. That is the only way we can do it. So I always say that there are two businesses going on side by side. There is an outer business going on and there is an inner business going on. The outer business of human doings. That's what we do all day, isn't it? We do to achieve success, thinking that success will give me happiness and I will be able to secure my life's peace. So I continue to water the doings by putting effort into it, and as I am doing things, as I am putting effort to acquire worldly stuff, time comes in my life when I become a little tired. Time comes in my life when, as I am going through that process, it gives me pain, it gives me sadness, it gives me some negative feelings, which causes unbalanced state of mind. So, I'm watering the outer business at the cost of inner business. There is a business that's going on constantly inside that I'm depleting because I forget that business I cannot see. It's in. I cannot see the inner business. So, because I don't see it, I forget to water the inner business. What is the inner business? My inner state of being versus doing. My inner state of being is becoming unhappy, peace is becoming less and less part of my life, laughters are going away, negativity is sinking in, peace of mind is leaving me, hatred, feeling of greed is coming in, I'm feeling more stresses and strains of life. That's called depletion of inner wealth. So as my inner is being depleted and my inner is being bankrupt, the outer is flourishing, but the time comes because inner being is not happy and joyful, the outer also starts to become bankrupt. Bankrupt meaning bankrupt in the form of losing physical or mental health. And in the end, then what do? To secure that health, we consume all the wealth that we have acquired, but we still are not able to do it. And the saga continues. Yoga is all about knowing this way before this starts to happen. That the starting point should be take care of your inner being. Before you go out in the outer world to do stuff, to acquire the outer wealth, secure your inner wealth. In fact, before even securing, know there is inner wealth inside. And as I am doing things, my inner wealth is not being depleted. I am not accumulating outer possessions at the cost of losing my inner wealth of feelings, positive emotions. My happiness is not being disturbed. My peace of mind is not being stolen. My balanced state of mind is staying intact no matter what happens. That's the only way we can stay healthy, happy, and also successful in the outer life. And that's when we say we lead to 100% of life, 100% of worldly life and 100% of yogic life. 200% of life we live. That's called living well. That's called being alive in true form. So when I say health, what do I mean by health? In order for us to be successful in life, we must be very healthy. And we only look at our physical health and we think, oh, I'm fine. Everything looks good. My hands are moving. My feet are moving. My body is moving. I'm in good physical shape, so I'm healthy. No. There are 4 centers that we need to know about. Our physical health, which is the outer layer of our body, it completely depends upon our mental health. All of our body is in our mind. If mind continues to function properly, it all day gives positive signals, positive commands to body, and body acts without being stressed, without being reactive. So our physical health, the outer health, completely is depending upon our mental health. Now what is mental health? Mental health is when my mind is balanced. When even at the time of challenge, I am able to focus on a problem and resolve it. That I am not wobbling like this, that there is not too much happening here like this, that my mind is not wavering. So then what happens? Mental health is completely dependent upon emotional health. What is emotional health? Emotional health is the essential and non-essential emotions that we carry all the times. It's the original emotions and the acquired emotions that we carry all day. Now what are the original emotions? The emotions, the true feelings that we are born with are like I am a happy being, I am very peaceful, I am very strong, I am that point of light, I am not just a physical body. These are our original qualities of soul that we are born with. Now as we jump in the worldly activities, what do we acquire? We acquire anger, frustration, we acquire greed, we acquire hatred, we acquire the feeling of competition. I want to compete always with others. Negativity, pain, worry, restless energy, all of these are acquired emotions. So as I am focusing only on human doing, from morning till evening only doing housework, work, and being distant from my original qualities, and slowly start to lose them, and these qualities, the unessential emotions take over, my emotional health becomes imbalanced. That's when anything smallest stuff happens to me and I lose my anger. I just lose it. So many times we feel, isn't it, that oh my God, I said something and then I had to say sorry, right? So many times we have to say sorry because I didn't think that I was not in my control. If I was in my control, I never have to use this word. So later on I have this feeling of regret that I wish I wouldn't have said it, but I didn't want to say it, but it happens. And then there are consequences. So when I am doing stuff in the world to acquire worldly possessions, lot of pain. At the name of success, I accumulate lot of pain. And I call it a success. And I call it a success. And that's why so many successful people, you look into their home lives, they are not happy. Some of them don't even know how to sit and relax and smile, but they're very successful. They have that success at the cost of completely depleting their inner energies that they were born with. So when the outer unessential emotions take over our life, then our state of mind becomes very imbalanced. So under that state, what happens? It directly affects our mental health. Our mind starts to waver. You know how, if you really look at it, a light, if you place like a candle outside and it's not windy, and on the top of the candle, to protect that light, if we put a cover, the light will not flicker and we can see in that light better. But if it's windy and we don't have the cover, what happens? If the wick is flickering, then what happens? We cannot see through. Similarly, when mind is wavering, when mind is not still because of these emotions, then what happens? Our human doings become affected. We are not able to focus. So the command that mind sends to the body is not the right command. We stop making the right choices in life. And that affects our human doings. So we lose our inner and we also lose our outer. So physical health depends upon mental health. Mental health depends upon emotional health. And now, the last piece. Emotional health is completely dependent upon our yogic health, our spiritual health. And what is that? Spiritual health, yogic health is to only concentrate and focus on you, on my own self. Know and understand that I am completely powerless as it relates to me changing others. But if with awareness, with this higher knowledge, I start to only focus on myself, When I change, my world around me changes. That's called spiritual health. And at the time of need, my mind will always think of the right thing to do, and I will come victorious. Usually when the pain comes, that's when your mind does not cooperate with you. Then you start doing things wrong, even though you know this is not right. But you will not be able to use that energy because you don't have it. You've lost it. The pain kills the energy. Pain takes away the happiness. Pain takes away the restful energy. The balanced state of mind is completely gone. This is what pain and worry and negativity does. So, spiritual health is when every day we start focusing on our own self. We give ourselves some time in gaining this higher knowledge. We start doing preparation for tomorrow. Actually, we start doing preparation for the next moment. Because when we do this, instantly our life starts to shine. Because spiritual health is good. I'm focused on my life. I am actually spending time on my own self. That affects my emotional health. That affects my mental health, and that affects my physical health. So when I am physically, emotionally, mentally and spiritually sound, healthy, in perfect health, then I can say, I have insured my life. I have insured my life, my health till the end, till the last breath. I have taken complete charge of my life. I am the master. Then I am not going to be disturbed by anyone. Nothing can come between me and others. No one can take the peace away. Nothing can stand between me and outer and inner successes. So, yoga teaches us to work for success, but be unaffected by failures. So, if for some reason I am not able to achieve anything in the outer world, do not allow that to affect your inner state of being. So work as if everything depends upon you. Put your 100% into it. Put a lot of effort into everything that you do. But when the result comes, leave it at a destiny. Accept it as part of destiny. And then you will never be affected by it. So, the last points, very important ones, so pay attention. In conclusion, how should we transform? How should we bring the balance between the inner and the outer, the being and the doing? How can we just maintain our happiness so that no one can ever have the power to steal it from us? Because we stay young when we stay happy, isn't it? When we're happy, we look young, isn't it? When we are sad, all of a sudden, we put on 10 more years. When we are happy, we are productive. We can get more out of us. When we are happy, so much creativity dawns on us. Oh God, I can do this, so many different ways. I start to feel very confident and very independent. I stop depending upon others. So, if we feel that we have identified that we have a particular void in our life, that sometimes we worry a lot, or sometimes that we become sad, or sometimes we have the habit of being reactive to situations, then know what the void is and then meditate upon it. Give some time to yourself every day and sit and meditate upon those thoughts that I want to transform, I want to change. But make this a priority. Do it the same day, same time, and make it as a priority. Do not do it in the leftover time. So little bit of yogic practice, little bit time to acknowledge and be aware of this higher knowledge that who am I? But some rules for this practice. Stop thinking about others and stop thinking about past. So when you are doing this practice, do not think about past. Do not think about others. Only focus on you yourself. And watch, instantly your life will start to transform towards light, towards more joy, towards more self-control, self-development. There's a beautiful saying by a 14th century poet says, everybody knows that there is drop in the ocean. Everyone knows that, right? Everyone knows that there is drop in the ocean, but very few know that there is ocean in the drop. But very few know that there is ocean in the drop. So who are we? We are all these drops carrying that oceanic power within us. That infinite power stays within us, and when we spend little time with our own self doing breathing, doing meditation, doing yoga, we connect with those oceanic powers and we empower ourselves. And we are able to become the most beautiful human being on the face of this earth. And when our inner being is always blossoming like a flower with tons and tons of laughters, and there's peace sprouting out of us all the times like a fountain, and we don't allow situations to control our happiness, then anything we do to acquire the worldly health will not deplete our inner health. So that's when we live beautifully, successfully, and we live 200% of the life. That's when we have no regrets. So with these words of wisdom, we'll start today's yogic stretches. Let's go ahead and stand up.